Everybody, we're back. It's Brit and Jacob the movies. I'm Britton,
And I'm Jacob.
and today we're gonna be talking about the we're gonna be talking about a movie today that is we're kind of breaking our kind of break from superhero movies. Yeah, we're talking about the Snyder Cut today, which is the most controversial. I don't know. Most anticipated movie. One of the most anticipated films of 2021. That wasn't like No Way Home.
Indeed.
And we have a special guest today. It's our unofficial third member, Carlton Bacon. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm glad to be back.
Oh man, it's been fun. So I prepared a little something for today because, as some people might know, I have a bit of a tumultuous relationship with Zack Snyder. So in prep for today, I recently turned 21 years old, and that means I can buy alcohol legally.
Yeah.
So today, since we're watching a movie, today I have a bottle of Jack Daniels here with me. I'm gonna be drinking it. So every time there's a Snyder-ism or something like that, I'm gonna take a swig. So hopefully I don't get intoxicated during the middle of this. So yeah.
God, you're gonna pull a Chris Stuckman, Wendy Dev Erotica.
Oh God. I will say I think the Snyder Cut is way better than Veronica, but then again, a lot of things are way better than Veronica. But the Snyder Cut, this movie, this is like the story behind this is just as dramatic as the story in this movie. Oh my lord!
I would say that's a safe bet to say.
It's such a complex story filled with drama. It has more drama and character development than you would suspect. This movie is almost a miracle. I might dare say. What do you guys? I know what Carlton thinks, but what do you guys think about the Snyder Cut? Like, just blurb thoughts, real quick.
The best DC film I've seen in years.
All right.
It's if you had to sum it up in one sentence, that is it. The most. Not only is it one of the best, but it's arguably probably the most rewarding for fans. Because of what it went, what you had to go through to get this, and what the fans had endured from criticisms and all that stuff just to get to it, and to see that it pays off, it's a darn good feeling if you're a fan of not just Zack Snyder, but just fans of DC in general. This is a feel good movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I was a bit hesitant to watch this movie because I don't know, it's just kind of. For one, I like I said, I have a tumultuous relationship with Zack Snyder's movies, and I'm all like, not really, didn't really want to.
He's just hesitant.
Put it in other words, I was hesitant to watch this movie, and I was like, And
for every time me and Jacob were like talking and debating about tying you up and forcing you to watch this when you didn't know.
They wore me down to the point where I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll watch it, and it took 2 nights, but I managed to complete it. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. I liked it. I think it's a massive improvement over the last Justice League movie.
Oh God.
I'll put it that way. I mean, the last one was horrendous. Which I guess probably shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but it was not good. But this one is a lot better, and I quite enjoyed it. Is it perfect? I don't know if I'd say that, but it is very good. It's a very strong improvement, and a much better developed story, I think.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to be kind of the ambassador here on giving the backstory of everything that went through the behind the scenes of this and why certain things were, because the audience may not know this, but like, you and Jacob both know that I pretty much fill you guys in on a regular basis.
Yeah.
On what's going on. I like keeping you guys in the loop. Like, hey, this has happened. Hey, this is what's going on in the world. This is what reports are and stuff like that. I'm like your personal Lois Lane, but for free.
Whew. Oh God.
That Jack Daniels probably burns so good.
Oh yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
Good feeling, right?
Oh, I'm feeling it. But yeah, this movie went through a lot of dramatic. What can you even say about the making of this movie? You could make a movie about the making of this movie, and it would probably be very compelling on its own. But it was a wild journey to get to the Snyder Cut.
It was at one, like you said, it was a miracle that it happened. Yeah, through the fans being determined, but there was a lot of miracle element to it because 4 years went by since the last one,
Mm-hmm.
and I was starting to kind of think maybe it won't come out, but then out of nowhere, Zack announced it, and my heart never dropped into my butt faster in my entire life. And then, he was like, okay, what are they going to do with it? Are they going to just do like a rough cut, deleted scenes type of thing, which Warner Brothers was going to do, but Zack was like, nah, because you just want to be like, see, it wasn't that good anyways. He's like, if I'm going to do this, I want to be able to touch it up and finish it perfectly. And so AT&T forced Warner Brothers, who was like, let them have it. That's pretty much how it got made. AT&T went over their head and told him he could do it. And if that wasn't the case, we probably would have never gotten it now.
Yeah, it's about right. I mean, this movie, the first Justice League movie, I'll admit I did not have a lot of faith in it, because I'm all like, I had a lot of problems with the DCEU even before the Justice League came out. But, let me tell you, the Justice League, or Justice League as people sometimes like to call it, it was the apotheosis of just the shittery that was the DCEU. I mean, toxic workplace, inept direction, inept production from Warner Bros. It was a shit show all around. I'll just put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
And Carlton has some opinions on that, which he's told me over the years.
Honestly, I might get emotional as I'm talking about this, but I will try my hardest not to blow up, especially on a certain individual that you and I both used to love in the comic book industry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! It's like finding out, like in Invincible, when his dad was like awesome, and then he finds out his dad ain't shit.
I don't know about that. It's more like his dad was an evil superhero. His dad was evil the whole time.
That's what I felt like with this individual that I'm sure we'll get into in a little bit. But it's like, oh God, it hurts. It hurts so bad.
Yeah. And after that, I was kind of like, But I'll talk about the silver lining, which is I am glad that Zack did get the opportunity to make the film he wanted to make. And yeah, it's not bad. It's a pretty good movie.
Mind if I get my blurb thoughts out?
Oh yeah, sorry Jacob, didn't mean to overshine you there.
Feel like an outcast. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, the Snyder Cut. When it comes to Zack Snyder, I like him a lot. I don't like all of his movies. I think he seems like a really great guy, and I'm always pushing for directors and seeing them realize their vision. I am so glad. I'm very happy for Snyder that he got to realize his vision, because rarely that ever happens. I'm still wanting Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 and still nothing. But at least Snyder, he got to make his Justice League. Yeah, in the Justice League, we do not speak of that film. Henry Cavill's digital mustache removal. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shit!
I forgot all about that.
God damn.
I forgot all about that.
But yeah, when they announced it, I was like in shock because I honestly never thought it would happen. But I was like, I'm very happy for the guy. He's finally gonna show his vision and make the movie that he wanted to make. And knowing the fact that it was just he was in full control, no studio interference. I mean, I had my concerns. Of course, I watched it on HBO Max with a friend, and I was honestly really surprised that I, don't kill me, Britton, loved the Snyder Cut.
I'm not going to kill you.
I mean, in my opinion, it's Zack Snyder's best film and the best DCU film, in my opinion. It is, I mean, initially, usually with the director's cut, it's usually, they usually change a few things here and there, but it's not like a completely different movie. They mostly just leave the same stuff in there. But no, this is a completely different movie compared to that abomination that we will not name here anymore.
Yeah, a complete movie that folks kept saying, it's not going to be different, even though there's literally 2 hours added onto it.
Yeah, that's why it's 4 hours, because of different stuff.
I was like, I think you and I are both on the same boat when we got tired of hearing people say it's not going to be any different. It's only a couple more scenes. I'm like, y'all must suck at math. Cause
yeah.
This is when the Justice League came out in 2017, and I saw that the runtime was only going to be in a strict 2 hours. That's where the red flags first hit.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, the first Avengers movie had 24 minutes longer than this shit. Why is it only 2 hours? And then I saw it, and I was like, okay, I liked it, but I had this feeling that it wasn't what it should have been. Then when the other stuff come out, I realized, oh, that's why. Then to find out that only like 30% of what Zack had did was in that crap we saw. Everything else was utter reshoots by Whedon.
Even the CG mustache?
God, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? You should have seen my reaction. I was drinking a cup of tea or something. When I saw that, I damn near spit at the screen. Because I'm like, why does he look like he got Joaquin Phoenix's upper lip? Right? Only to find out, he was filming another movie and he didn't want to shave his mustache. And I was like, why? I was mad at that. Then I saw the movie. Then I saw Mission Impossible where he had the mustache. And I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't shave for this shit either. I can't even blame Henry. But a fan had done the digital remove better than Warner Brothers in like a comparison video.
Mm-hmm.
It took them $200 to fix it. And the studio had $300 million. I said, are you shitting me?
You gotta be kidding me.
A $200 piece of video software did a better job than $1 million studio quality CGI. And that made him look like a horror movie with like his upper lip looked like it was speaking the lines too.
Oh God!
Oh.
It was like.
Oh.
I'm like, and then don't get me started on some of the reshoot lines where Martha Kent is trying to like use the term thirsty in the wrong context.
Oh no!
Like Lily if you look back in the 2017 one, he says she says Clark said that you were the thirstiest woman or something of that nature, and I was like, no, someone like must have dubbed that in there when I was looking at the clips online. Then I went back and I'm like, I missed that completely. That they legit had this woman say that retarded shit. And then you find out all the other stuff down the line of the things that were in there that Zack himself, the fans were like, did you put that in there? He's like, no. Like, what Russian family? Wait, Flash lands on Wonder Woman's tits? Aquaman does something with the lasso? Or, I'm like, this man don't even know what he did. Only to find out that's because Christopher Nolan told him, bruh, don't watch that. Like, you're my homie. I can't let you watch that shit.
I don't blame him. I mean, let me tell you. You know,
Yeah,
I like Joss Whedon, but that just looked... It's lazy. That whole movie is fucking lazy. That's the only thing I can say about the Justice League version.
Yeah, there were a lot of red flags when I first saw it. I initially thought it was okay, but, you know, I was disappointed by it. But there were a lot of red flags. Even not just from the runtime, which that was a red flag immediately, but the character changes. Like, the Flash, like, as Carlton said, him falling on Wonder Woman and kind of making him like a goofball, which, like, now I'm looking back at it after watching the Snyder Cut, because after seeing the Snyder Cut, I like to watch comparisons just to see how much Whedon has changed, and it was really eye-opening to see how much he has changed. And I'm just like baffled by the decisions by the changes he has made, Joss Whedon. As I said, the characters. Batman is a strong example, like giving them, like, having awkward humor, like him saying to Aquaman, "Do you talk to fish?" And I'm
God,
really?
man.
How are you gonna disrespect Ben Affleck? Like, come on.
Oh, and Ben Affleck, he looked like he wasn't even fucking trying. He looked miserable on that set.
It's hard to watch that because that's when he was dealing with the alcoholism because of Roy Whedon was a dickhead. And in the Whedon cut, you can pretty much tell the difference that he wasn't healthy versus in the Snyder cut when he was healthier and having more fun. When you know the story behind it, that's another reason why it pisses you off, because you're like, pretty much his health was at risk. Everyone's mental health was at risk because Whedon was a dickhead and didn't want to be a good director. And not only not want to do the movie justice, but he just out loud just said, like it's supposed to be cool, "Oh, I don't take notes from anyone, not even Robert Downey Jr." I'm like, and that's why you suck.
Well,
initially, when they announced, like, Joss Whedon was gonna, like, take Snyder's place, because we all know the story. Zack Snyder had to drop out because his daughter tragically committed suicide, and Joss Whedon came in. I was like, okay, because the first Avengers is my favorite MCU film. I love it. Age of Ultron was okay, so I was, like, curious to see how he would handle it. And as I said, when I initially first saw it, I was like, it was okay, but I knew there were, as I said, there were a lot of red flags. And after seeing the Snyder Cut and seeing comparisons, I'm like, this motherfucker changed the whole movie. And my God, it was abysmal. So, yeah.
It wasn't even that good.
Hard.
And I mean, you know, I like Joss Whedon, and even, yeah, obviously he's not a great person, but, you know, like Jacob said, I think The Avengers is one of the strongest MCU movies, like, ever. So, I just feel like he was just trying to do Avengers again. And it's like, dude, Justice League, it's like, yeah, it just feels like someone parodying the Avengers, or someone just badly ripping it off, and it's like...
Like, someone had said on social media, what if he did this on purpose so that way Avengers looks better than Justice League? I said, you know what? I wouldn't dismiss it if that was the case, to be honest.
You know what?
The Avengers 3, the Avengers 3 that he didn't make, this is what it is. But with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, disrespecting the characters, and don't even get me started on the ugly, oversaturated look of the film. Ugh.
Oh, God.
Red flag.
Yeah. You know, it's weird. I thought... I didn't put that together. When you're looking back at the trailer, the first trailer...
Yeah.
That's got, come together in it. And then you look at the movie, and then you look at Snyder's shit, and you realize, wow, the color... It was like subconsciously, I was trying to be aware of it, but I wasn't. That the color seemed a little too bright for what was going on. Stuff just seemed like visually, it didn't hit me as what I'm used to Snyder being. Like, Snyder has a very specific way on how he does visually his films. And even if you look at the behind the scenes stuff on his Army of the Dead, he doesn't like colors to be too in your face.
Yeah.
He likes doing the filter. He likes having where it's a little bit dialed down. It's like he's, doing the shading and the coloring in the editing so it's easier on the eyes and everything flows. But then there would be scenes in the Josh version. One, everything was brighter. Then the next scene is even more bright. Then the other one, it's dark but still too bright. Or stuff that should be kind of more in the dark is exposed, or he's showing too much in the frame. It's like, the fuck are you doing? It's like a video that a student filmmaker is doing, and they're making. And this is how you not make a film.
Again, it's
That's
lazy.
what it felt like.
Yeah, there were times where I had to look away because, like, it was actually disturbing to look at because of how ugly it was and how oversaturated it was. Honestly.
Oh Lord! But then it turned out that the actors were not happy on board, and at first I thought it was just disgruntled, celebrity, yada yada. Because I won't go there. We'll talk about cancel culture today. It's a little too spicy for this podcast. But I will say, at first I was, I'm like, yeah, okay. But then everyone else started coming out. I'm like, shit. As if the DCEU couldn't be any worse than it already was at the moment. Now we have this. Warner Bros. And Joss Whedon and some other people were being complete jerks to everybody. And, like, it was a shit show. Like, it was terrible. And it just, it was painful as a DC fan to sit through.
Yeah, it's like seeing your family fight each other, and you're just like, you just want to stay out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, can you just make good movies? Like, can you do that? Can we have that? That'd be nice. I'd appreciate that.
Because, like, we know y'all can make good movies. You've done it before. But
exactly.
It's like, y'all just can't get your shit together. And then when you find out why, you're like, oh, that's the reason why. And then it's like what Ben says in the new cut. I had a dream, or like I had an epiphany. I'm like, yeah, the cause of this shit, besides Warner Brothers, is the man that we said we was going to mention earlier, Jeff Johns.
Mm-hmm.
When you find out all the reshoots, all the rewrites, and all the things that he put his hands in, I'm like, so everything that has been fucked up, from Green Lantern to Batman v Superman to Suicide Squad to Justice League, you're like, oh, even Wonder Woman 1984, you're like, so you're the motherfucker that is the kid that keeps putting his hand in the pot and keeps fucking up the sauce. And then you want to blame the mother for why it tastes like ass.
Exactly.
That's pretty much the best way you can describe him. And then
I love this.
On top of that, we find out that your punk ass was trying to swing your dick around like it hits the floor when it barely hits your thighs, when Ray Fisher went over your head to report you for being a toxic asshole.
I love this. I love it.
It's like, and then to find out, not only that, like, that was already bad, but then he said no one wants to see an angry black man in a movie.
Oh my God, yeah, that was just...
That was the last bit of respect that was lost that I had for Jeff.
I don't know what's more cringeworthy, that or when Joss Whedon had that interview like 2 months ago where he said that Gal Gadot didn't understand what he was saying because he talks overly flowery, just like,
yeah.
Why?
Who can say that? His PR people don't love him.
Exactly. It's like, oh God, just...
It's like people that let Trump say whatever he wanted on Twitter.
It's like...
Exactly.
Yeah, sure you can say that. That's totally not going to make you look worse than you already look when you blame everyone else for being a shitty-ass director, saying, Ray Fisher can't even act. And you can't?
Yeah, like, dude, like, you already make yourself look worse. You just got to make yourself look even worse by saying all of that.
Mm-hmm. And then your Buffy the Vampire Slayer cast came out and supported Ray. That was the final nail in the coffin for you. When they came out and said, you were an asshole, and you got one of the actresses fired for something that wasn't even something that she should be fired for. She got pregnant. And it was like, I think, like in the middle of, like, in between seasons or something. She was pregnant. Mm-hmm. And the guy was making a comment about her being pregnant and making very misogynistic, sexist comments and threatening to ruin her career and threatened to ruin Gail's career. But Gail said, fuck you. And because she's got pulled with the studio, because she actually makes money, the studio told him to apologize to her privately, and did. But from that point on, she demanded he doesn't direct her physically. He's got to be somewhere else directing the scene, or directing through someone else to talk to her. Otherwise, she would quit. And they didn't want that because they needed her for Wonder Woman 84 still.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, I'm done with him. Ray was like, for the longest time, wouldn't say anything because it was other people involved. Other people's jobs and careers could be on the line from him speaking out. So that was why. But a lot of idiots were saying, oh, he just wants attention because the movie sucked and blah, 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 and this, that. I'm like, it's amazing how all these fake, what I call them fake YouTuber journalists that wish they were journalists, but no one cares about them. So they got to go on their camera and talk crap, and the trolls are the only audience that they have.
Yeah.
To make them feel like they're any important, like Jodie's Corner and Grace Rudolph
And John Campea.
John Campea's bitch ass. And
Are you still salty he leaked Daredevil in the No Way Home?
Yeah, I showed y'all that. And I was hesitant to show you that. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to spoil it, but I'm like, you know what? And then here's the thing. He put his name on the images.
That was worse. That was even worse.
Legally, he could have been sued for that. Because you leaked stuff that wasn't... It's like when you shoot someone and you sign your autograph on the bodies. I was like, my dude, are you serious? You literally lit his ass up like a 4th of July, like a Christmas tree. And I'm like, and y'all, no one's thinking maybe we should sue him for leaking this of our movie.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I have these 2 big leaks. I'm gonna put the big star on top, my logo. And oh boy, Carlton, brace yourself. His excuse, because of course people called him out, as I said, this is gonna bite him in the ass hard, and it did. His excuse, brace yourselves, and I quote, "Look closely at Spider-Man's dick."
What? I didn't know about this.
I'm like, I heard that, but I thought it was fake that he had said that, and then I looked it up. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Never have I ever.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
take a drink for that. Never have I ever used another man's cock as a reason why I do things. I'm not Weinstein.
Exactly.
I've never blamed someone else's genitalia for why I fuck up. Like, that's like me saying, you know what, I hit someone because if you look closely at Jacob's dick, some blah 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 because of that, and then leave it like that, like it's supposed to be a good reason. People are first of all gonna be like, hold on, you know what? Fuck the movie. Are you having some sexuality crisis that we need to know about?
Yeah. Do you have something against Tom Holland? Is his dick bigger than yours or something? Like,
because if that's the case, be a man about it and say, no one will blame you. Tom Holland's prettier than most people. It is what it is. But never will I say that, because of that nigga's... If you look at his dick, I'm like, why are we looking at his dick? What does that have to prove?
That's the only excuse you got. The leaks.
If a dick has to prove anything, I don't want to be associated with it anymore, let alone publicly on my channel.
Yeah, you leaked all 3 Spider-Men and Matt Murdock, and the best excuse you could come up with, look closely at Tom Holland's dick. Really? God.
But
anyway, we're getting off subject here.
So, as a result of that, and a result of Grace Rudolph and all them people saying what they were saying about Ray, it wasn't until more people was coming out, because Jason Momoa came out. Because you remember when they made an announcement saying, oh, he's going to be the voice of Frosty the Snowman, whatever. And Jason Lublin came out and said, nigga, no, I'm not. I never said that shit. I never said I was going to be a part of this movie.
I remember that. I'm just like,
yeah, it
what?
was like a roller coaster of their credibility falling down, because they were just making themselves look more stupid every time something was proven wrong. or they would get certain journalists that they know would do puff pieces for them. Ray Fisher was like Lily. He was like on them the way flies are on a black person in Africa, not letting anything slide. He's like, no, that's bullshit. Nope, psych your mind. Nope, I actually said this. If you looked at this article here, you'll see that I said this. He was shooting them down, pew, pew, every single time that they were trying to say something and it was a lie. I'm like, can you just, brothers, can you just shut up and just like not say anything? Because honestly, your silence will help you better than you trying to, narrate the situation. Because all you're doing is making yourselves look more like asses.
Like, you got schooled by James Gunn out of all people. Like, that's embarrassing.
James Gunn, who was fired by Marvel at this time for old-ass pedophilia jokes. I still can't get over that shit.
God.
Yeah. It was a whole shit show.
Kevin Hart gets canceled for saying a joke that you can see in his Netflix special from years ago and can't host the Oscars. He makes pedophilia jokes and rape jokes. Oh, you know what? DC, let's hire him. Marvel, yeah, let's hire him back. Bitch.
But come on.
It makes me want to look back at my Twitter and see, have I said some shit that's going to bite me in about 20 years?
Oh, I know. I've said some shit that's probably going to bite me in 20 years.
I'm like, he posted something. He tweeted something. So any of my future employers, sorry, don't know what to tell you. Moving on.
Yeah, I literally put that on Twitter. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if anyone sees my Twitter. I'll put that with an asterisk. But aside from that, I mostly don't give a fuck what people see on Twitter. Because, when I'm on Twitter, I'm talking about, like, my actual life, what I do. So.
Like, I follow sex workers on Twitter. Because,
here.
Like, if they're OnlyFans. Okay, yeah, these are grown-ass men and women doing something that's completely legit and legal, and it's making them money. Don't be mad because your salty ass ain't good enough to get naked and get paid for. Damn.
Exactly.
Don't let that bite me in the butt. I'm grown. Yes, I do look at titties. I sure do.
Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah, I follow sex people. Yeah, I'm gonna embrace it.
And some of them follow me back and like some of my stuff. So you know what? I feel special, damn it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so after all of that debacle, we ended up getting the Snyder Cut. And, let me tell you, it was a lot better than what we got before. I like this movie. That's what I'll say. My only issue is really stuff with the length. I don't think all of the scenes were necessary, but we'll get into that as we get into the plot of this movie. But, I think the story that they do tell is pretty strong for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
I think, when I was watching, I think I was watching this, I watched this the night it dropped. And luckily, I don't think I had work the next day. If I did, oh well, I just was going to be sleepy. But I watched it twice. And I was watching it with my friend who, he was at his house, but like he was texting me the entire time, asking questions and saying, look, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, I saw that. And it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. When I realized that we were in the last act of the film, I looked at my clock. I said, peeping it. Ain't no way in hell 3.5 hours have gone by already. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, damn it. I thought it was like 2 more hours or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, Carlton told me this movie would fly, and I'll give it this. This movie does move quite nicely for how long it is.
Like, I don't know if it's because it's in chapters. Maybe it helps with the pace, or because things were just done good enough that you don't think about the time. But if you are someone who's like, you can't get through a long movie, it being in chapters where you can pause it works. But I know people that can binge watch an entire season and it'd be fine. So I'm like, if they can do that, 4 hours should be nothing. But I low-key was like, can you give me like 5 more minutes? Just 5. But because the final scene, I'm not going to skip ahead, but the final scene, I was watching it and I thought, damn, I kind of was hoping that we're like in the middle section. We're almost done. And I'm just now realizing it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'm usually not a big fan of like really long movies that are over like 2 hours. I don't know, but when I watched the Snyder Cut, I just sat through the whole thing, and I was so invested by this film and so entertained by it. I looked at my clock and I was like, "It's almost over." That flew by. Was it really 4 hours?
Your brain wants you to think that. No, it wasn't. I'm like, bullshit. It wasn't 4 hours. It was like 2. You shitting me.
I was like, Snyder, my boy, mad respects to you. You made me think that this film wasn't 4 hours. But it was. And man, did it fly by.
Because even the greatest movies are long, sometimes can feel that. Because like me and Britton, we love The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
You know the entire trilogy is like 9 hours long. It's like Lord of the Rings type level shit. And as much as we love those films, even those films sometimes you can kind of feel the fatigue. I don't know if I want to say fatigue, but you can kind of feel the, like, okay, we're kind of getting a little bit slow, or like, you know, there's some sections like, okay, it's finally starting to pick up. But this movie, I wasn't conscious of that. All I was conscious of was happening in the actual story. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
I was engaged.
I mean, then again, this movie is a superhero film, so, you know, you're gonna probably get, some... So you're gonna get a lot of action and all that, so you'll be entertained, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah. I was more than entertained. Every action scene felt like it was important. And then it was not only did it feel important, it felt like it was filmed just so perfectly. Everything was dramatic, and everything was cool, and especially with Wonder Woman stuff.
Oh,
She was slow-mo queen in this film with her action.
Slow-mo queen, bitch.
You know,
Slow-mo queen with her theme. That every time she was on screen, I'm like, and the bitch singing in the background, well, come on now.
Oh, I was about to say, that fucking theme from Wonder Woman, ugh. Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Makes my cock hard every time.
Oh, my
It's like,
God.
You know what I love telling people about that theme? A lot of people think that it's done by a guitar, and it's not.
Yeah, I saw the one with the woman doing it on the viol or the cello. Her name's like Tina Mio or something. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, but it's just it's so good. And she worked under Hans Zimmer, so there you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hans and Junkie XL, they both helped with the score, and she came up with the intro that starts, very soft before it gets to the hardcore stuff. But she has on an electric cello. That's at first it's just a normal cello. Then when she's ready to switch over to the she presses on the pedal and switches it to electric setting, and then she basically has hardcore sex with her cello, and it's hot to look at.
Oh my God! Oh, it's so good. I love it. I mean, Hans Zimmer, I would say, is one of the best composers working today. So I mean, it's kind of no surprise that the score's gonna sound good. Did he do the score?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
Tom Holkenborg did. At least for this version of the
some of it.
That's Junkie XL. Okay, that's his real name. I did get that.
I can't say his real name, so I just say Junkie XL.
All right.
He took from Hans Zimmer's music that he had already did for like Batman and Superman, and he just stretched it out, or he did certain things with it.
Yep.
I think at this time, Zimmer was working on Wonder Woman 84 because he had stopped doing superhero movies, but then he was like, "No, I'll come back for this," and so he was working on that. So Junkie came in and he worked on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he worked on Army of the Dead at the same time.
And he did Doom as well.
I think I heard that too. I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
Which by the way, I think the Dune score was my favorite part of that movie.
Oh, word?
Oh yeah. It's so fucking good. All right, let's get into this puppy. One of the things I was nervous about doing was this movie's fucking 4 hours. I mean, It flies through, don't get me wrong, but it's like, how are we going to talk about all this stuff in, like, 2.5 hours? Sometimes 3. And I also have Jack Daniels here to sip on when, for things. And I don't know when the fuck I'm going to... I don't know when the fuck I'm going to drink. I don't know if I'm going to get shit-faced. Hopefully I don't get shit-faced during the stream.
No, if you do, we'll have one hell of a time.
Probably not, but...
I actually hope you do.
Keep me on track. I'll put it that way. If I get really drunk, keep me on track.
Please get drunk.
No promises.
Alright, let's get started with this film. Alright, so we start with a recap of previous events. I think the alcohol's already getting to me, boys. We're already in, and we're seeing a reenactment of Doomsday stabbing Superman, and it's super slow-mo, and I gotta take a drink. Take a drink every time a Zack Snyder-ism happens. Oh, man, that's... Whew! Whew! Oh, that's good. And I remember I called Jacob. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I mean, and instantly when you watch the Snyder Cut, you realize it is much different than the Justice League cut, because it's way better shot. I'll put it that way. And yeah, like I'll put it that way. If there's one thing Zack Snyder excels at, he can shoot a movie like no one else. He's very good at that. And they take another swig. Oh. Woo! But yes, it's super slow-mo, and I remember calling Jacob, I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, dude, it takes a minute. And basically we get like an introduction to all the characters. Superman's dead. Everybody is just fucking... Everyone is sad about Superman. Batman is doing his thing, and Aquaman is being very angsty in this movie.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's put it down in rows. How's everyone doing? I think my favorite intro in this movie is the Wonder Woman. I have to say.
Oh god. I don't. Yeah, I would say it's a tie from Wonder Woman and the intro for the reason why I think I like Batman's Bruce, I should say, because technically Bruce has 2 intros, one as Bruce and one as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to say, like, as far as their personas, I think Wonder Woman and Batman both easily had the better best intros, because those were so dramatic and so stoic. Like seeing Wonder Woman on the top of the statue with her theme playing.
Oh my god, it's so like that, and maybe
amazing.
That and Cyborg's and the Flash's intro is probably my favorite intros of this movie. But one of the things I'll say about this movie is that it does take a minute for it to start, because Zack Snyder does love his slow-mo, and I'm just like, what is this? And I'm telling Jacob this, and and then it takes a minute, but then we start the movie, and I think Bruce Wayne goes to meet Aquaman, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Well, at this point in the movie, he's still Arthur. I think it's Iceland.
Yeah. I have to say, once again, beautifully shot, this sequence.
Because he recruit people.
Yeah, beautifully shot.
Iceland in the mountains.
Yeah, Iceland in the mountains. Yeah, I mean, beautiful shot, beautiful cinematography. Who did the cinematography in this movie? Fabian Wagner. Should get him a fucking award, because he was amazing in this.
Indeed.
Oh my god. Yeah. The shot composition is just...
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he also do the Batman?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it?
I think I saw it on Facebook or something that they were showing all his beautiful shots, and one of them was one of the shots that we saw in the trailer of the Batman.
Oh yes, he did do the Batman. No wonder why.
Okay, yeah. See, yeah. As he said, no wonder why.
Anyway, so Batman ends up going to Batman goes to Iceland to meet Arthur Curry, played by Jason Momoa, who is a lot more brooding than he is in the Aquaman movie. I guess it's like part of his arc or something. I don't know. I'm bad at paying attention to these movies. But yeah,
it is. It's a little bit weak. Yeah.
But he's just like, I don't want to help the humans, and he's being super angsty. And there we go, another shot for you, angsty protagonist. Oh, God. Whew. Anyway, so Batman's all like, I'm forming a team, because after the events of Batman v Superman, Batman has changed his ways, apparently. And he wants to set up a team in case any supernatural threats or any just we're gonna fuck up the whole world type of threats show up. It seems him and Diana are already in a partnership because they get along well. But Arthur wants fucking nothing to do with it. That's all I can say on that.
Because usually Aquaman flies solo.
Yeah, he's all like,
right.
I'm doing. Oh, sorry. What were we gonna say, Carlton?
You know, and he, of course, has to do his shirtless scene when he steps into the water.
Yeah, another Snyder. He does the thing where he takes his shirt off. It's super slow mo in the wave. So they're got another shot for you.
Every superhero does that. They'll go shirtless.
Oh God.
Of course. You got to. Otherwise, like if I'm a superhero and I'm jacked, you have to see it.
Exactly.
But the only thing about that scene I have to say, as much as I love this cut, there's only one thing I don't understand. That woman that's singing when Aquaman goes into the water and sniffs his clothes that he dropped. I don't understand that. I know it's in there for a reason because of Snyder. He doesn't do anything for no reason. But I have to admit, bitch, why are you sniffing my clothes? That's some stalker shit
She's probably attracted to him.
Cheeks yet?
The creepiest shit ever.
I ain't smashed it. No, if I haven't smashed your cheeks, you should not be like this. I can understand if I smash and I laid it down on you and you want to smell me. I don't even know you. I'm going to do a Thanos. I don't even know you.
Exactly. Why are you sniffing my clothes?
Shit? Like, it's probably smelled like fish.
The plot ends up, we meet some of the other people. We meet Wonder Woman and Aquaman. And like I said, I think Wonder Woman's introduction is probably my favorite introduction in this movie. She's foiling a bank heist ran by Roose Bolton of Game of Thrones fame. That's not his real name, but the guy who plays Roose Bolton in Game of Thrones plays the main honcho who robs the bank.
Right.
And I gotta admit, this scene's fucking awesome. Like, it, again, probably my favorite introduction of any of the characters. And Gal Gadot, I mean, my favorite DC movie, the DCEU anyway, is probably Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam. Wonder Woman's number one, though, for me.
Second for me.
I still have to get around to watching Shazam. I haven't finished watching that, to be honest.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, Wonder Woman fucking slaps, okay? Like, she just fucking shows up. It's super slow-mo, gotta take another shot. But it's fucking awesome. And she, like, fucking launches a dude out the fucking roof. It's awesome. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I think she when she was saving the bank or stopping the bank heist, and in the original, I like Jacob mentioned the comparison videos. I saw the comparison where in the Just Us League, he says, I don't, like, who are you? And she says, a believer, because he was talking about believing in shit. I'm like, whatever. And then it does a transition when she bangs on her gauntlets, and that's the end of the scene. So glad this was way different, where she bangs the gauntlets, she obliterates him. Let's just cut it. She kills the motherfucker. Because all that's left.
Yeah, she murders this dude.
Like, almost as bad as the dude she murdered when she caught him and she flung him into the wall and you see, like, a blood trail. He's dead.
Whoo!
Coming from the strength of Wonder Woman, straight like in BVS when the dude's head hit the wall.
Oh, God.
That dude, if he's not dead, he's brain damaged.
I mean, you know, if there's one thing Zack Snyder also gets really well, he can helm a great action scene.
Oh, without question.
Absolutely.
And when she did that, instead of it just cutting away or transitioning because of her blast, they actually take time for her to show what, you know, being Wonder Woman, where she, you know, like, tells the kids everything's okay, and then there's this little girl that he asks if she can be like her, and she takes a minute and she smiles at her and says, "You can be anything you want to be." I'm like, why was that not in the original film?
Yes. Like, that's
Wonder Woman is not always punching people. Like, she's more than just fighting bad guys.
She's about hope.
She's calmness. Like, one of the things, like you mentioned, Wonder Woman, the film. One of the things I loved about her in her film, she didn't always resolve stuff by punching. Like, she wanted to do things peacefully.
Also binding people up.
In the scene in the alley. Yeah. She's like, you know, here, you're under, like, in the first film, you're under Ares's control. Let me help you. You know, she was nurturing in that scene, and she was trying to be peaceful. She wasn't coming in there bombarding and being violent and aggressive. Josh don't know how to write. First of all, doesn't know how to write a woman, period. Definitely doesn't know how to write Wonder Woman. All it took was 3 extra, like 30 seconds extra, and immediately Gal Gadot is a much better Wonder Woman in this than in that Abomination.
Yeah, because, like, in the Joss cut, like, her just saying I'm a believer, and just like Joss cutting from what she actually does to that guy, Snyder, who actually has a set of balls, shows what happens, and he knows what Wonder Woman is supposed to be. As Britton said, hope, symbol of hope. That's what she is in the Snyder Cut. Thank God.
Yeah, hope, peace, and beauty. Where and just ass, you know, I'm gonna just call it that. I'm gonna call it Just Ass League. I'm not even gonna say just Joss's League. Just Ass League.
Like,
that's what it is.
You know what? I like that. Just call it fucking Lazy League because everyone's sitting around looking like fucking morons. Oh yes, Superman dies, as depicted in Dawn of Justice. Well, it seems that Superman dying is a very bad thing. A very bad thing indeed. And, you know what happens when, Superman dies, I say that with air quotes, there's this thing called the Mother Box, which, you know, if you're a DC nerd like me, you would know what it is. Basically, it's those boxes that Darkseid is after, and there's some exposition in this scene, which then goes to a battle scene that looks strangely familiar, but we're not there yet. We're not at that point. But since Superman is dead, the mother boxes are going off, and everyone is kind of like, "Oh, what's that? Oh no, what's going on here?" You know? And this fucking behemoth called Steppenwolf ends up showing up and just fucking wrecks the Amazonians. And, you know, again, gonna take another drink because, you know, I mean, this chase scene is a very melodramatic scene. And it's a good chase scene, but it's very melodramatic, so I gotta take another drink.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget when in the opening, when we see Superman dying, Lex is still in the ship from like BVS, and he sees Steppenwolf as a hologram, and the prophecy of him collecting the 3 mother boxes. The big difference from what he looked like in this and in Just Ass League.
Yeah,
the design is so much better and not lazy.
Oh, you mean the Steppenwolf design? Oh, yeah, he looks way better in this than he does in the fucking Just Ass League.
Yeah, because in Just Ass League, like, he looked like something from a video game.
He looked like a balloon person. Don't even say a video game. There are video game trailers out there that look fucking amazing. They look way better.
$300 million movie, like, really.
Look, it was bad. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying. Probably not entirely sober at this point.
And it kept saying, you will all love me. I'm like, nigga, no, I won't.
But, basically, he's...
we don't...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. And Warner Brothers had said they didn't want the better version because they said, and I quote, it was deemed too scary.
What?
My God. I didn't realize we were making a Disney film. We're perfectly fine with Doomsday killing Superman. We're perfectly fine with, Man of Steel having a 9/11 type situation in the clown lab. But Steppenwolf is too scary. And I quote, actually, translation, we don't want this in the film because it looks better than what we want. Even though, it's an alien invading the world and trying to blow it up and kill everybody. But the way he looks is scarier than what his agenda is.
Oh,
it's
so dumb. It's so dumb.
And even his voice.
The same.
Oh yeah, his voice is better too.
Well, how does Superman get back to Krypton in Man of Steel? And David Goyer said, "Bitch, we just spent 30 minutes blowing it up. He doesn't go back, you dicks."
Excuse me.
I kid you not. They legit said that. They said, "How does Superman get back to Krypton?" In the opening of Man of Steel.
No.
I'm like, y'all own Superman for almost 50 years. Y'all don't know that his planet blows up, and then you don't know Steppenwolf is supposed to be scary. Are y'all high?
Like,
must be.
Apparently Steppenwolf is Darkseid's disgraced lieutenant. He did something in the past. It's never actually explained in the movie that I recall. But apparently he's his uncle, so wow, I would expect that Steppenwolf would be younger since he's below Darkseid. But
well, they switched it in the movie.
Oh, they did. So now he's.
Comics, Steppenwolf is the uncle in the comics, but in this they switched it where Darkseid is the uncle.
Oh, I must have not caught that. Anyways, so Darkseid is pissed off at Steppenwolf and says he won't earn his forgiveness until he gets the mother boxes to form what he calls the Unity, which would apparently turn Earth into a copy of Apocalypse, which is the homeworld of Darkseid and the other new gods, basically, that are evil.
Well, that became the plan later. At first, it was he owed him 100,000 worlds, and he had to keep going through. He had to keep going through Desaad, who was basically like the email person. He's like, "Yo, man, look, this is what's going on."
Yeah, that guy.
So you need like 100,000 worlds before you can come back home, my dude.
Yeah. He sounds like Ralph Ineson. I'm like, yo, is that Ralph Ineson? Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, oh. I'm like, poor Steppenwolf. He just wants to come back home.
So Steppenwolf just fucking shows up on Themyscira and just fucking wrecks the Amazons. Wow, what?
My favorite thing about you.
Hey, I'm doing something.
My favorite thing about you is scaring you. Wait, can I ask you something?
What?
I love you.
Love you too. No, not right now. Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Doing it right now?
Yes.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
See when that light's on right there? That means he's on the air.
Don't go in. No, where?
You Mom? Mom, did you get my text message? Did you get Dr. Pepper for me? Sorry about that, gentlemen. My cousin came in. Special guest star, my cousin Cassidy.
Yep, came in with a vengeance.
She's like, yeah! I'm like, what the fuck? Woman, I'm trying to get intoxicated while we're talking about this movie, okay? Can you scare me later?
Damn it, Mom, I'm trying to get drunk.
Let me tell you, it doesn't taste good. Okay, where were we? Oh yes. Steppenwolf just wrecks the Themyscirians and fucking just...
Themyscira.
Yeah, he just grabs his battle axe and starts going to town on him. And I really I will say, I make fun of the scene, but I will say that the way it uses tension to anticipate Steppenwolf coming is quite nice.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. But yes, it's very nice. They're like waiting, and everyone's all scared, and it's wonderful. I really like it.
It makes you feel like a warrior when they start screaming out, daughters of Themyscira, show him your fear. We have no fear. I was ready to start fighting my damn self.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
I'm like, uh-oh. And then...
Knowing I'm not an Amazon, I don't have any tits, but I was like, shoot, take on Steppenwolf. I don't give a fuck.
Like, yeah, and then Steppenwolf just comes and just starts, like, fighting everybody. And I'm impressed, because he just does it by himself without, like, any trouble. Doesn't even need the parademons. Or isn't that what they're called? Or am I mistaking it with what you call them in HL?
No, yep, they're parademons.
Oh, okay, they're parademons. Okay, I'm good.
Yep. And the parademons, even the parademons look amazing.
Oh.
Very close to what they look like in the New 52 Justice League comic.
They do, don't they?
So, Steppenwolf ends up fighting them, and it takes a minute, and there's a lot of slow-mo, and again, I'm gonna take a drink. Oh, that's good. And, whew, okay. He takes the mother box, and it's very sad.
It is for a minute when you think, oh, when the queen gets out and the sisters were sacrificed because the two big bodybuilder Amazons had held the wall up just enough time for it to slide out.
Yeah, I mean, and he takes it, and you're like, ah, shit. Yeah, you're like, oh, damn it.
And those two women were actually bodybuilders in real life, too, so it's even more impressive.
Oh, it's on TV tropes. I forget what it's called, but it's like the Harbinger of Doom or something, or this guy shouldn't be fucked. It's like, an example is like when Thanos beats the shit out of Hulk at the beginning of Infinity War. To show that you should take this guy seriously because he beat the shit out of these big people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Themyscira, I mean, you could say they're kind of... Excuse me. They're, you could say they're a little, on the flip side. I don't know. I don't feel drunk yet. This is ridiculous. I'm not drunk.
Damn it.
No, wait until we get to probably the second act of discussing this. You probably will get there then.
I'm losing track of time. What's going on here? You guys take over. I don't fucking know.
So yeah, when because the battle sequence in Themyscira is when they have the mother boxes guarded, which they explain later in the movie how they have the mother boxes and stuff like that. But for right now, all we know is that Themyscira has one. Steppenwolf comes along and says, I will bathe in your fear. And of course, they're not going to back down from a fight. That says, well, shoot, let's show you our fear. When the battle happens inside of this temple where they're guarding the mother box, the queen is able to get out because there were two Amazons that held this big structure, a wall that's going to come down, just long enough for her to get out. And the structure has to fall into the water, and we're thinking that they sacrificed themselves just to keep everyone else safe and keep the queen safe, who gains the mother box with her. And it's a moment where she's like mourning for them because they were all basically like her daughters. Until we see a bunch of parademons shoot out of the water. Steppenwolf just leaps over her ass like a Michael Jordan basketball game.
Yeah.
And starts wailing on all the other Amazons that are like on horses and stuff. Like the brutality in this, so much better than what we got in Just Ass League, where he actually like he cuts off like one of the Amazons' heads in one swoop like it's nothing. You see blood on his axe. And one of the things I loved about this version of Steppenwolf better, his armor. It reacts to impact. It reacts to hits. When they were shooting with the arrows, and he was like, literally, he looked like a human pincushion. The armor just snaps all the arrows off of him like it's nothing. And I'm like, bruh, that alone by itself is better than what we got.
Yeah, it's not.
Just Ass League, Steppenwolf will look like Mr. Ooze with a helmet from Power Rangers Mighty Morphers.
He does.
Just with an axe. Like, even the chin reminded me of it. The booty chin that's got the little things on the side that looks like a fake ass goatee.
Yep.
No more, you will all love me. Mother is calling. Like, you have mommy issues, my dude. Like, did you not get to suck on your mom's tit as a baby?
So after that, the Amazons are like, we should send a warning. So they shoot an arrow out to our girl, Diana Prince, a.k.a. Wonder Woman. A.k.a. we met her a few minutes ago. But she gets the warning and she realizes, shit, the mother box is gone. She knows this for some reason. I'm sure they told her. I don't fucking know. I'm not in the mood for nitpicking today.
We'll get to that point where she explains how she knows what that sign meant.
Oh, I love that part when they explain it in the fucking battle scene. It's just, I love it. It's, yeah, not in like I don't know, not in an unironic way. It's like, oh Lord.
Yeah, there's so much in that one scene that adds. Not the story, the continuity, that scene alone ties into a lot of the other films perfectly, especially Wonder Woman. Because when we get to that scene, Ares, I don't know if you noticed, I'm pretty sure I told you this, but David Thewlis, who played Ares in Wonder Woman, they digitally use his face in that as Ares before he puts on the helmet.
Wow.
And they had some other bodybuilder be the body of Ares when they have Ares, Artemis, and Zeus in that scene. And I was like, that's a perfect way how to add into it. That alone was better than the third act that we got in Wonder Woman that Warner Brothers fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And told her she had to, now I have the cool armor that y'all released the toys to. They had like a bone skeleton helmet thing. No, in Wonder Woman, just let me put some trash on and let me call it armor.
Anyways, so she ends up getting the warning and then decides to explain to Bruce Wayne what the fuck is going on. And then we get just the most egregious info dump of all time, where she explains this just big epic battle. Here we go, another Snyder. It's slow-mo as all fuck. And basically these cavemen and old gods and Amazons and even a Green Lantern is there. Because they want to cock tease a Green Lantern movie that probably isn't going to happen. They just fight it out. And it's not a rip-off of Infinity War at all. So, I'm going to take another shot here.
Oh, well, in his defense, he did do it before Infinity War. Damn, that sounded like it burned, too. You had to choose Jack Daniels, too. You trying to kill your insides.
You know what? That's actually preferable than... That's actually not preferable. I don't know. I just heard it was good, and I bought it, so don't blame me. I just spilled some on myself. I probably should have gotten something smoother, but I like class. My insides are on fire right now, though.
Like,
My-
next time, do a screwdriver or something.
Oh, my insides are. Oh. Oh.
They're melting. I know.
Oh, God.
Welcome to 21.
Oh. Oh, God. Alright, I got another shot ready. But this fight is just fucking... Oh, my God. And it's like, oh... And when I saw Darkseid, I'm like, oh... Oh, fuck
Yep.
no. That is not Darkseid. And he gets his ass handed to him by a bunch of fucking cavemen Atlanteans and Amazons and fucking Green Lanterns there for some reason.
Well, yeah, Green Lantern's there to establish that there are Green Lanterns that exist in here before Hal Jordan or whoever.
He's
And
called
I forget-
Yalan Gur.
Yeah, there you go. That's his name. I was like, I couldn't remember his name. He's in this. Well, actually, no, it's not the Green Lantern that gave his power to Hal. It's another one. And his one that's in the comics, but it's like a lesser known one. So they figured, fuck it, let's just use him to establish that Lanterns do exist in this universe.
Yep.
Puts up a good effort, but, you know, he puts up a good effort until he gets his shit sliced off.
I mean, I'm surprised that Joe and Anthony Russo didn't, like, get a case to sue, because the scene is almost beat for beat from Infinity War, except that, except it's that the heroes of the scene beat him first instead of the other way around. He gets like he literally gets like an axe lodged into his shoulder. Like, it's just.
Well, see, in Zack's defense, he filmed this before they did Infinity War.
You know what? Fine, but I'll give you that. But I'm like,
In 2016.
but oh god, I got some of it on me. Looks like a dick.
Oh God.
the stain on my.
You know what? I think you might need some water if that's the case.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
shit!
back up a
Fuck.
little bit.
You're over there sounding like a John Campia right now, just by that comment.
No, I'm good. All right, so fucking they have a fight, and I don't know, after Green Lantern, I think Green Lantern gets his arm chopped off, but and Darkseid gets axed in the shoulder, Thanos style, and Thanos decides to just run away like a bitch and leaves the mother boxes behind.
Well, in his defense, he gets carried while bleeding, literally like a stuffed pig. He was so runny.
Oh yeah. Now I will say, Darkseid does look pretty good. I like the design of Darkseid. It looks very nice, and you know,
Yeah.
it's not as blocky as I'm sure Jack Kirby would have shed a tear at this moment seeing it in live action.
Oh yeah, his grandchildren definitely did. They loved it.
But so Darkseid lost, and he got fucked up, and he got stabbed, and it was bad, and
Ares basically said, like, bitch, this is grown folk stuff. Because technically, Darkseid was a baby at this point. He's not full-grown, powerful Darkseid yet, which, that's scary. I've never seen a baby that looked like that before. New gods or not.
yeah, but he got pimp slapped, and she tells Bruce Wayne, and who's Batman, and Bruce Wayne is very down to down to try and get this team together, like, right fucking now. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
And I think after that, that's where we meet Flash? I think so.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. One of the funny things I've seen. It's cool, but it is funny because it's Flash doing it with the dogs.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
Bruce ends up locating... I actually like Ben Affleck in this version of the movie, because Ben Affleck is... I think he's a good actor.
Without question.
Oh, he's a great actor.
He's also a very good director as well. I mean, The Town is one of the most underrated crime movies of all time, in my opinion.
Yes.
I still have to see that.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
It's on Netflix now. I have to see that because I heard nothing but good things about it.
Go watch it.
I
Oh,
definitely will. 'Cause I
So
saw
then-
Fargo, and that was-
then we end up meeting Barry Allen, who is this, he's this like nerdy guy who, I think I'm feeling it now, boys.
Yay.
I think I'm feeling it now, boys.
Don't you yay? Because if he passes out, we gotta take over.
I don't know. I'm not shit faced yet, but I'm starting to feel it. Like I think I'm starting to feel it.
If I hear a big ass thump in the background, I
Oh,
know that
no.
you're down for the count.
Oh God. I'm gonna try and stay conscious for this. Oh God. I was gonna see some friends, but now I don't know.
You gonna see nothing but the back of your eyelids after this is over.
Yep.
My parents are gonna be like, "What the hell were you thinking?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
You was thinking, I was 21.
Anyways, so we end up meeting Barry Allen, and Barry Allen is this dorky, awkward 20-something-year-old. And I gotta say, I think Barry Allen's my favorite part of this movie.
Him and
Yes.
Cyborg, because Ezra Miller, I think he's perfect as the character.
Oh,
this
he's
is the Flash
fantastic.
This is the Flash I've wanted to see on the big screen. And Ezra
Yeah.
Miller, he is so likable and so funny in this film. And naturally funny. They're not forcing him to be funny, unlike in the Joss Ass League shit show, where they were just, like, basically trying to make him, like, in my opinion, the MCU Spidey, just in the worst ways possible. Like,
Oh God.
His humor has like intelligence behind it. It's got cleverness behind it and charm.
Yes. He's actually, you said clever and charming, and not forcefully clever and charming, like in the original.
Yeah, I'm like, when I saw that, I'm like, they did my man crush so fucking dirty. If y'all don't know, I'm a Ezra Miller stan. I stand everything about him. That is, in my dreams, that is the love of my life. So I was mad as hell that they had him look like a retard in the last one. Tripping all over the damn time, making stupid-ass jokes, the writing on the person's face and super speed in the jail. I'm like, are y'all serious?
Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like,
That's some juvenile bullshit.
Like, Joss Whedon, he fucked over Ezra Miller. But thank God, he redeemed himself in the Snyder Cut. And he's awesome here.
Oh yeah, he's great in this. He's funny. He's charismatic. It makes me want to see a Flash movie with him in it, which we're going to get eventually, because it was gonna come out this year, but then they're like, nope, fuck you, we're gonna do it in 2023.
Oh no, trust me, we'll get to that at some point after if we can finish the review. We'll get to the latest stuff because.
Oh man, I'm feeling woozy a little bit. Oh God, let's keep going. Whew.
What to say? Yeah, we see Barry Allen. We see Barry Allen trying to get a job at a pet shop, I believe.
Yes.
Because they established in a later scene that he's finding multiple jobs. And as he's like in there, an accident happens outside of the pet shop and involves Iris West, who was not in the Just Ass League cut. She was cut out completely.
Sorry. Continue what you were saying.
What was that?
What the hell?
Oh God.
That's a fly farting. Oh my God.
No, it's me. Just fucking being weird. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll let you two take it over from here. Whew.
Oh my God. That sounds like. It sounds like if a fly was farting. Oh, bless your heart. I swear to God, we're going to hear that thump, folks. We're going to hear the thump in the background. And then we got to say, you know what? Well, part 2 next week. We'll see y'all later.
You know what? You might as well, because Britton's going to just pass out at this point.
If he lays down or gets in a comfortable position, that's it. He's done. So
Yep.
I guess we'll just take over. Yeah, as Barry Allen is in the shop and the explosion happened, because from what I remember, there was like a hot dog stand or a hot dog vendor thing crossing the street, and a trucker that was stuffing his face with whatever wasn't paying attention, and he swerved, and it caused this big accident. And Barry sees it in slow motion. Do not take it as a swig, printing on that part.
Oh God! Okay, I'm back. I got water.
And when Barry sees like all this in slow motion, he zooms, he like super speeds out of his shoes, and it's visually one of the coolest things that you see, because I remember seeing an interview with Zack, and they asked him why he does that. He says, well, because he feels Barry would move at such a speed, you know, he would basically burn out of his shoes. And he would have to be very careful when he picks people up or touches people, because he's going so fast. He could like grab them, and the rest of their body would keep going and like tear them apart. So that's why he takes the time to show him gently taking someone out. And even in this, I thought at first when I first saw this, I thought that was weird. There's a hot dog that's going over him when Iris is flying out of the car. He grabs the hot dog and puts it in his pocket. I'm like, the fuck? This is the wrong time for a snack. But after he grabs her, looks at her, he's like, damn, you're beautiful. Puts him on the floor. Everything's in normal time. The car goes flying. And Barry, I guess, got so lost in her gaze, he forgot. Dude, you should jet, because now she's looking dead at you, giving you the hungry eyes, and then you just speed out of the way. Basically giving yourself up.
Well, he does save her, but slow motion, so another Zack, so I'm going to take another shot.
This is, this is where I'm going to disagree with Britton here. The slow-mo here
Jesus.
suited very
Woo!
well. And I think this moment here is, as Carlton said, beautiful looking.
Oh, it's cool, but, I said Zack Snyder-isms, I'm going to take a shot. So, there you go.
If anyone needs a slow-mo, it's definitely Flash.
Well, yeah, I'd agree,
Right.
but, I've got I have a schedule here to keep up with. Jesus, I hope I don't have a hangover tomorrow. Ugh, probably not. I haven't even drank that much. It's already fucking hitting me, dude. Like, I was feeling a little dizzy when I was in there talking to my grandma. Oh, God. Okay, let's continue.
So, when we get to, after he speeds back after basically showing, like, looking at her, he's back in the pet shop, and he's pulling out the hot dogs he got from a couple seconds ago, pulling them out and saying that, in a time of crisis or whatever, dogs, it's good to feed them something. So that's why he had pulled out the dogs, so that way they could have something. And like the cleverness and the charm that I talked about, he's like, so I can start Monday? Like, he made a joke, but it was a joke that like made sense at that moment, because he, the dogs that were like being crazy, now all of a sudden they're calm and like around him and showing him affection. I'm like, yeah, that's a perfectly good time to have a joke. It's not it's not like Snyder is against having jokes. It's just that people are gotten so used to the way the MCU does a joke every 5 seconds that they think DC doesn't know how to do a joke. I said, no, they do jokes that are smart. The Dark Knight trilogy has jokes, but they're smart, and they're not used over the top.
Yes.
They're used precisely when they need to be.
Yes, like, you do need some moments of levity, and like that moment, like, that was funny because it was subtle. It wasn't like the MCU where it was like in your face and like, every 5 minutes. Like, even in a new Batman movie, there were moments of levity, and that was a very dark and brooding movie. In the Snyder Cut, it has humor, but it's subtle.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I gotta say, even though there was a Snyderism with the slow-mo, it does make sense because, the Flash is very fast, and that's how he sees the world, basically. and it's actually really cool. And then after he's with the dogs, it's perfect. And then he ends up heading back to his house, which is like a little garage area, I think. And
it's somewhere in an abandoned warehouse or something. But it looks like when you go to your friend's pad, like from the '60s, to smoke some weed with or something. But it's technology.
Yes, I'd agree. And he ends up going in, and Bruce Wayne is just there, and somehow he broke in. And he's like, hey, I heard you have a particular... Or no, he doesn't say that, but he's like, hey, I'm doing something. And he's all like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, yeah, what's that suit right there? He's like, look, I like making them. And he's like badly lying. It's very funny. I really like this scene.
Yeah, I like that scene, like, because that's the thing I feel like kind of goes over people's heads. Well, there's a particular line in there that goes over people's heads, because by this point, Barry has went to go visit his father in jail.
Oh, man, that's great, too.
His father is telling him to, like, forget about him, to live his life. But for the longest time, this went over my head when he says, you know, Barry Allen, I'm Bruce Wayne. And Barry's like, you say that like it explains why there's someone in my second favorite chair. I'm like, it took me a minute to realize his first favorite is the one in front of his father.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till Carlton explained it to me, because I'm a fucking dummy. So
I'm like, that scene hits a little bit different when you actually know that, because it's like it adds more depth into Barry. That exactly. It shows you how much he cares about his dad. That his first favorite place to be is wherever his father is. And I was like, that's the charm that I didn't have in the first film.
Yes, I prefer something like that where it's like subtle instead of like seeing Barry visit his father in jail. I prefer something like that. Is like first favorite chair is like his father's.
So it's like that's almost like the Pearl thing with Bruce. The Pearl thing is significant because that's what his mother had. Mm-hmm. So with this, we're just like, okay, yeah, anywhere. The most important thing to Barry is his family. He doesn't have his mother anymore. All he has is his dad. So he's going to cherish his dad in every way, and being able to see him every single day. And that's why in the dialogue between the father, he's like, you were teased as a kid. People thought you were crazy because I was convicted of murder and all that stuff. But Barry was in that small scene. We're getting a history between these two and what Barry probably had to go through because he believed in his father so much so he just endured it because he's like, I know my dad's innocent. You're the only thing that I have left. I don't care what anyone says, and I'm determined to prove that I'm going to, get you out of here because I know you didn't kill my mom. So that too adds into the level of character development in Barry that was missing from the other version. So when you see that and then the chair comment, you're like, cool. And then we get a little bit more comedy in this one with the suit saying that, oh, I'm a competitive ice skier or whatever. I'm like,
yeah, that's good.
I've never seen no ice skate wear this shit. The suit was stolen from NASA, and he's like, typical Bruce Wayne. He's analyzing it because he's a human computer. It's probably made out of this. It's got the conductance here because home electricity to bounce off the suit, whatever. He's like, well, how do you explain this picture of you on camera? He's like, that is another handsome person that looks like me that isn't me,
And then I like how Bruce is like, oh yeah, how about this? And he just like throws a batarang at him, and he ends up catching it. And
makes the face that we all would probably make if we realize we're talking to the Batman.
Be like
yeah.
He's like, wait, you're the Batman? He's like, yep. He's like, oh.
Yeah, when he catches the batarang, you can tell he's just like, oh my god, he's the Batman.
Yeah, it's a very good nerdy moment. I enjoy it.
Barry Allen is us. As much of a nerd he is, knowing Batman, we would all be doing the same thing.
Oh god, I'd be wetting myself. Hopefully, I'm not gonna do
please,
that.
I have to ride the Batmobile, please.
It's like Invincible when Mark's friend wants him to fly him around all the time when he gets superpowers. It'd be like that.
He's like, look, if you don't fly me around, he's like, if you don't fly me around, I'm gonna tell people who you are. Sorry, not sorry. I'm like, yup.
That would be.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I find out you or Jacob had powers and y'all didn't tell me, I'm like, look, you better fly me somewhere. Show me your powers right now, or I swear to God, I'm exposed to both of y'all. He's like,
Very.
I know a superhero. This is fucking cool.
Like Barry Allen in this, just from this scene alone, he's actually endearing, charming, and adorable. He is adorable in this. And call me Jake for that, but he is adorable in this. And he's not annoying like in the Joss Astley film.
Oh God, it's not the film that won't be named, the Voldemort of superhero movies. That isn't Fantastic.
That's almost as bad as Fantastic. I almost don't know which one's worse.
God, I hate Fantastic more. God.
Whew.
You know what? Yeah, because it didn't even make past $10 million. So yeah.
I got water, so I'm good to go.
And then after he says, tells him he's trying to recruit him, he just stops him and says, "Stop right there. I'm in."
I love it. I love it.
He's like, yeah, because I need friends. But can I keep the batarang? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I have super speed. I'm keeping this. You can't. It's not like you can take it from me. I'm keeping this.
Yeah, and Batman's like, no.
He's like, still gonna. And then, of course, they get into a nice-ass car because the movie was sponsored by whatever the name of the car was. That's a real car.
He's all like, what is your superpower? He just says, I'm rich. And he's like, okay.
I'm like, thank you. Like, exactly.
Yeah, someone said it. Like, when someone says, you don't have any superpowers. Bullshit. Having money is a superpower. It's a real-life superpower, goddammit. That's my...
Oh, sorry.
That's the power I want. Being rich, where I can do stuff. Like, how'd you get the bank back? I bought the bank. Or,
Yeah, that's my...
I don't think they'll let us... I don't think people let me put these tables here. Oh, they should. I own the restaurant.
Yeah. Then we end up getting to one of my favorite parts of the movie, which is Victor Stone's backstory. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So good. Ray Fisher, the only thing I saw him in, after the Justice League was True Detective Season 3, and he was actually really good in that. But him in this movie, he is freaking awesome in this movie. Like, he's a great part in this movie.
Yes. He is in my opinion, the heart
honestly, he made me
soul
feel
of this film.
everything that Cyborg was going through.
Yes, he's the heart and soul of this film, in my opinion. Like, where in the original, his motivation was very routine and just straight up boring. Like, here, he shines as one of the most important characters in the film, and Ray Fisher does a great job.
Yeah, it's like they didn't really have a motivation. They're like, look, we just need you in this, so here you go. But in this, he actually has something that forces him to join the battle that's a motivation. Mm-hmm. Like, I gotta get my father back. Because he was abducted by one of the parademons in Star Labs. So it's like, okay, I gotta find out where he's at. But it's like, after the Flash scene, I was gonna say this before we got into Cyborg. If you look on the billboard that says "You are not alone," that's two things. One, it was tying into what Zod had said in Man of Steel, a little Easter egg. But it's also kind of ties into Cyborg's arc, which he says later in the film. But if you also notice, that was something that was being used to say for when Snyder was raising money for suicide awareness for his daughter. Mm-hmm. So after we have all that context in there, that sign, it brings a whole new meaning of what that says, especially when Cyborg says it later in the film. Because Cyborg goes through a lot of shit in this film, and for good. Well, I won't say good reason, but for good reason, he feels the way he does.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, there is some slow mo, and again, I gotta take another shot here. So, Jesus. Got a sip of the water now. There we go. Feels better. Whew. But yes, his origin is quite beautiful, I must say. Oh.
Cyborg actually feels like a character who has a motivation, and he's not used as an object to stop Steppenwolf like in the original. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he actually feels like a compelling character. And Ray Park, man, or no, Ray Park's from... Oh, fuck me.
Ray Fisher?
Ray Fisher, yeah, he's great in this.
You're drunk.
I'm not. I'm tipsy. There's a difference.
Damn it.
And we talked about earlier before the podcast started how y'all cried on Spider-Man. I'm not ashamed to say I was teary-eyed in Cyborg's arc.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
Particular scene. Because, like, if you have his powers where you can access all computers, whether it's alien or human, and you saw someone was like a waitress was struggling, and they were going, they lost their job, they had the kids, you probably want to hack into stuff and, like, go into the ATM and give them, like, $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
As I was thinking that, he ended up doing it in the scene. And I got choked up because, I don't know, a decent human being that would look at that situation in that moment and not want to do this. Oh,
yeah, he got me in the feels, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a very touching moment, and seeing just all the stuff. It's also just a nice use of visual storytelling and using film as a visual medium.
Exactly.
And it's quite nicely done, I think. And his mom dies. His dad ends up inadvertently giving him the powers of Cyborg, and yeah, he's basically just pissed off at his dad. He's also really sad about his mom, and he's also not really sure what to do with his superpowers. So he's basically in hiding. Also, his dad is the lead scientist on the Superman project.
Mm-hmm. Yep, him and Ryan Choi.
Yeah, and there's an awkward joke in there where he's like, "It sounds exactly like my prom date." She dumped me anyway. That's what I said to my prom date. So, another shot. Oh, God. It doesn't taste good raw, man.
More times in this video. You've called the God more times in this video than a Christian going to church on Sunday.
Oh, I'll probably be praying after this
I
one.
received your messages. Like, I received all your messages, bro. Please stop calling.
Oh, Jesus. My chest is on fire, but let's
busy
keep going.
Could you come say goodbye to Nanny?
Oh, yeah.
Just tell him to hang on a minute.
All right, give me a second, boys. Take it from here.
Let's see, but yeah,
No, Jack, stay in here.
yeah. On his arc, Jacob, what do you think about how visually they were telling us, the audience, his powers and tying into the origin of his mother and him being a football star for Gotham University, etc.
I think it's a very beautiful visual storytelling scene. Like, we all know Zack Snyder is great at visuals, and I think he's phenomenal at visual storytelling. And they establish Cyborg's origin, and we meet that we didn't get to see in the original, but Zack Snyder finally gave us a little origin on about Cyborg, and I think it's beautiful. And it actually fleshes him out more, and thank God for that.
While also establishing the relationship between Victor and his mother too.
Yeah. It does it for very little time.
And establishing that his father was, of course, busy, and she always came to his games, but he never did. moments where that was important to him, the mother was always there, but it seemed like the dad was always absent, which is pretty much in par from what is the norm of the relationship in the comics.
Right.
So I think.
Yeah, I like that. His dad. It's not like his dad doesn't care about him. It's just he's really busy, and I don't know if. And his arc is kind of him maturing and realizing that his dad did love him, but he just
Right.
it was just he was always busy and all that good stuff. All right, I'm gonna take one more shot. I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna stop here because taking this last shot and I'm done here because I don't want to fucking pass out.
Damn it. I was hoping for that.
Oh God. Oh.
Jacob's a bad influence. We know this now.
Oh.
He's a dude where if he says like,
Whoo. Whoo. I'm feeling it a little bit, boys.
only jump off that cliff, you should tell.
You're not wrong.
Oh my God.
You've been feeling it this entire video.
Anyway, but it is very beautifully done. But it's not gonna last for long. Oh God, it's hitting me.
Yes.
You fuck.
You're going to hell.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go to hell for this one. Oh God. Oh fuck. Okay. Stop laughing. All right. So the parademons end up attacking. They end up attacking Victor. Or no, they don't attack Victor. They attack his dad. Oh my God, it's hitting me so hard right now.
Come on, hang in there with us. Hang in there with us.
I'm trying. Oh God. Oh, Jesus, save me. Oh, okay. So the parademons. So Steppenwolf contains his attack, and he's like, "Oh fuck." So they're gonna attack. They attack Victor's dad and other Star Labs employees. Oh, by the way, he works for Star Labs, which is where Barry Allen works. And he gets kid. Oh wait, what?
Not in this, he doesn't.
Oh no.
No, you're thinking of the CW show. No, he doesn't work at Star Lab. Flash doesn't work at Star Labs.
No, I'm talking about Victor's dad. Because Victor's dad works there.
And then you said that's where Barry Allen worked too.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Losing my marbles here. Oh fuck. Did I say that? I don't even recall saying that now.
We know what you meant.
Okay, so Silas, Victor's dad, and other Star Labs employees are getting kidnapped by parademons who want the mother box. and Silas is he hid it at his house. So basically Victor has it. I think Victor managed to get a call on it or something. I don't remember.
He realizes where it's at later, and he goes back and gets it after a certain thing later.
Meanwhile, Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and we skipped over the fact that in the battle scene they also explained that after they beat Darkseid, the mother boxes were split up. Man hit it, the Atlanteans hit it, and then the Amazons hit it. The Amazons had, warriors 24/7. The Atlanteans had it under the water. Man, we just buried it in the ground.
Yes.
So we just buried it in the ground like, no, they'll find it.
So yeah.
At this point, Steppenwolf has the one up to Victor. Victor explains later how they get, but we'll get to that point later.
Steppenwolf ends up kidnapping. He ends up attacking the Atlanteans, who also have the mother box. Which, meanwhile, Arthur went back to. Oh fuck! It's hitting me hard right now. Oh god. But anyways, so he ends up going to Willem Dafoe, and Willem Dafoe is like, Willem Dafoe, he's Willem Dafoe. Just you can't have enough of him. And
Britain's man crush.
oh my god, he's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man. And you know, I joked with Jacob. I'm like, yo, dude, this guy's probably Thomas Wake from The Lighthouse. And Jacob fucking laughed. He's like, yo, that's funny. I'm like, yo, what if that's the case? Like, what if Robert Eggers was making a DC movie?
Yeah, I remember you posted on Twitter how he should have gotten several awards by now, and I'm like,
oh, he should have an Oscar. In all seriousness, he should have an Oscar. Oh my god.
He should have had at least 2 by now.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Come on, keep it going.
Okay. Oh fuck. Okay.
Jacob, you ain't shit. I can hear you laughing so hard.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so... so Steppenwolf ends up attacking and just fucking murdering all the Atlantean guards who are watching over the mother box. And they end up taking it. But only Mara, who's played by Amber Heard, is a fucking bitch.
Yeah, damn.
And Arthur, who's like not really into it, but it's fucking awesome when he attacks her and Arthur just comes to save the day. It's fucking badass. Oh fuck.
So I wish they would have killed her because it's Amber Heard.
Oh fuck.
I know. We gotta be objective here.
Fuck.
Even though you know Johnny Depp, but yeah, we gotta be objective here, fellas.
Yeah, she's fine. Okay, we'll put it that way. She's fine. She's not a fine person, but she's fine in this movie. Okay. Oh god.
Acknowledge her character.
Her
Not
character.
the actress. I will only acknowledge the character.
Her character is fine. Okay, her character's fine. So they end up going over. They save Victor's dad, and it's like this big dramatic thing. And Batman is in his like fucking thing. He's in like his tank, right? Oh fuck.
His tank. Oh, you mean the flying fox?
Yeah, his tank, his like flying whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, but it's. Oh god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
It's a cargo thing that carries.
And then while they're like trying to get the mother box,
Can't seem to get right. Can't seem to fix it because there's like a wiring issue.
then fucking Aquaman shows up for some reason.
Well, the reason is because Steppenwolf is killing a bunch of Atlanteans, like slicing them like human sushi.
Oh my god.
I know what I'm having for dinner.
Oh, dude,
Ugh.
he kills so. Oh god, I'm fucking. Okay.
Keep it together.
I'm trying. It's fucking hitting me like freight train. Oh Jesus. Okay, so they end up receiving intel, which leads them to Steppenwolf's army, which is a good fight. They kidnap. They save the employees, but the facility gets flooded, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck!" Then fucking Aquaman shows up, and he just saves everybody. He just saves everybody. He's like, I guess I'm a good guy now. I care about people for some reason. And he like banters with Wonder Woman.
I mean, he always cares. You know, he just.
Well, he does. Well, okay, fine. He does care, but he's just really gruff about it.
And of course, saving one of like the fishermen or whatever. He's like, my reward is this bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh my god. So they get intel from James Gordon, played by J.K. Simmons, who's the legend. J.J. Jonah Jameson himself plays James Gordon, and he's great. I love him.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Oh God. I'm drinking the water. Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Sounds about
Have
right.
some more of that Jack Daniels, please.
Oh my God.
No, Jake. If he has any more, we're not gonna get through this.
We're not gonna get to. I'm fucking going on right now, man. Oh jeez. Oh my God. Okay. All right, let's get through this. Okay,
Either all
so.
night or until Britton passes out.
Okay, so everyone gets saved. and Victor retrieves the last mother box because he hit it.
Oh no. You skipped a whole section.
Oh.
I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Steppenwolf got. Yeah, let me take over for a minute.
Okay, you can take over.
So Steppenwolf gets the box from Atlantis that Mara was trying to stop. Now there is a scene in here where she uses her powers, even though I don't care for her. She does some. She like bender. She opens like this bubble where Steppenwolf is like up on the ceiling, and then he claps her hands, and the water comes back, and it drops him. But when he has her at one point by her throat, a power that I forget she can do, she starts draining the blood out of him, and it's coming like out of his nose. And so because he's like getting overwhelmed by that, he tosses her aside and getting ready to chop her into salami. That's when Aquaman or Arthur her. And after a hard fight, Arthur gets his butt kicked. Steppenwolf is able to retrieve the box, and there's a scene between Mara and Arthur where they're kind of talking about Arthur's mother, how she died, quote unquote died, and what she meant to Mara for taking her and all that stuff. And they have a moment before he goes out of the water. And that's the only thing from this I like that they talk.
Yep. Oh Jesus. Oh. Oh my God.
And forth in Aquaman. So they just that's it. They probably from Zack. They just talk underwater like normal.
Yep, Willem Dafoe's there.
But it's like no, just have water. It's cool. I think we get to the part. Diana and Diana is doing something with Alfred, and this is a moment with Alfred that I like, that he's working on the gauntlets for Batman, because he's like using technology from Diana's bracelets that can like propel energy, and she gets a reading on the computer because she's in the Flying Fox with everyone, and it's Cyborg hacking the computer to tell her to meet him because he can see that she can locate him.
Right.
And
Yep.
they have this scene where she finds him later. Then Cyborg, with the mother box in like a little bag or whatever, is talking to her. And I like that he does have access to everything. So he cuts off all the lights and everything in like the city, in the streets. So that he's kind of like in the dark talking to her. And
Yep.
This is one of the big benefits. This being on HBO. She's talking about, the world or whatever. And Cyborg's rebuttal to that is literally, and I quote, "Fuck the world."
Yeah, he wants to fucking destroy everything. He's like, fuck everybody. I want the anti-life equation.
So that's the one thing I like about, not the one thing, it's one of the many things I like the difference between Just Ass League and this, is that you actually let Cyborg be angry. You know, I know Jeff Johns, as we mentioned earlier, he made that comment of no one wants to see an angry black person in a movie. But in this, it's not a matter of black or white. It's a human being who's angry that his life is never going to be the same. And he's forced to have to deal with all these changes that he himself did not ask for. So he could care less about other people at this moment because he's going through his own shit, which is a perfectly normal human response. If you were put in that situation, you'd probably be thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, all of us in our life are just like Cyborg. Fuck this world. Fuck the world. Yeah, and Cyborg, he's half machine and half human now. So of course he's just depressed and just hates life right now. So yeah, it's a human being. Just fuck the world, and has nothing to do with black, white, red, purple. It's a human being that's pretty much at this point given up on life because his life is just not the same anymore.
And then as she's getting, I think she's getting a reading or something is getting her attention. So she's like, she wraps up the conversation saying that you're here. You decided to meet with me. I lost someone too, and I had to deal with changes that I thought I wasn't ready for. And I'm still working on myself. And if you're here talking to me right now, that means that you're working on yourself too. So he leaves, he jets, he buries the box at his mother's grave.
Yep.
Then we get the scene where Diana and Bruce, all of them are talking and all that other stuff. And then, they had already recruited Barry, so it's Bruce is like, what about Cyborg? She's like, give him time, he'll come around. And again, the adorableness of Barry, seeing the bat symbol in the sky, he's like, oh shit, that's your symbol. We gotta go. He's like, yeah, that's what that means. And in this shot, you'll see the difference. When we get to this scene, we don't have a close-up on Wonder Woman's ass while Batman's coming out of the car like we did in Just Ass League.
Yes.
Josh, you ever notice in Josh's work, he loves doing ass shots on women that are totally unnecessary?
Yeah, it just shows how super misogynistic.
Yep, he loves those. He likes bitches. Yep, he's fool. Yeah, he likes women.
I love. Don't get me wrong. If I have a beautiful woman in my movie, yeah, of course I want to highlight how beautiful she is. But I want to do shots that make sense.
Yes, not sexualizing
her
them.
Ass cheeks for her. I ain't talking to her ass cheeks right now. I'm talking to her face.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Joss wanted to sexualize the women in the film by showing their asses instead of showing their real beauty. God.
So.
And the thing, he almost did Batgirl.
Well, hold on.
Thank God.
So.
Thank God. Would have just been ass shots everywhere.
So, the team decide that Steppenwolf ends up getting a vision of the anti-life equation.
Oh, no, we're not there yet.
Oh, fuck. Oh, really?
No, we're
not?
We haven't even met Jim Gordon yet. We've met him at this point. Then we get to the tunnel battle.
Oh, fuck. Okay. That was a good battle.
Yeah, we get to see where Gordon is, we're getting a sense of Gotham in this police station because everything's messy, everything's just, Gotham. He's like, yeah, I'll meet, he's talking to one of his detectives, like, yeah, I'll meet up with Batman. He's like, how? He's like, how do you think? The normal way we've been doing. On the rooftop, and it should be English on black.
So, Jim Gordon tells him that there's an underwater or well, he doesn't tell him, but he's fucking.
I'll do it right now because I'm still on the podcast, so I'll just do it now while I'm on the phone. So, I can't get off it. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we meet Gordon. He's on the rooftop, and we see this probably the sexiest shot of Batman to ever exist in cinematic history.
Hell yeah.
It's the shot of him standing in all his glory, cape, as Tyrone Magnus would say, cape flapping on a gargoyle, looking badass as always.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
And he jumps up. We see Wonder Woman just, come in, and then Flash glide into the frame like he's sliding into your DMs.
Oh, he looks fucking awesome.
I love how subtle the slide is. It's so cool.
Oh, so fucking great. Oh,
It's
fuck.
amazing.
Oh, so good. So fucking good.
So when we see that, we're like, all right, cool. They're talking about the mother boxes, and that's when Cyborg, after he goes back to the apartment and realizes it's been ransacked because his father's been taken, he damn near gives poor Barry Allen a heart attack. Just creeping up and saying, nope, there's another scientist that we forgot. And this is where Cyborg finally joins the fight. And when they realize, okay, so they're probably underground, like, all right, cool. To me, this is probably better than any disappearing Batman scene because everyone disappears when Gordon turns around and all that's standing there is Barry.
Yeah, it's fucking good. He's all like, oh, well, wait, everyone's gone. Oh, okay, I guess I should go too. And he fucking just. Pew!
And he's like, oh, that's rude. And then he just
zooms off. I'm like, that is so freaking adorable because that's exactly what Flash would do.
honestly,
Yep. Fucking
Zack Snyder
Flash,
understands
baby.
Flash. Batman with that gorgeous shot gives me an orgasm every time.
Oh, man, it makes my
the
dick.
music. The music is what sells it, which I'll admit, I miss his old theme from Batman v Superman a little bit more, but I understand why they changed it because this is a Batman that's coming back to being the more traditional Batman and not the Batman that was in a dark place. But it does feel a little bit, tell me if I'm wrong, if it feels like there's a little bit of 89 Batman or an animated series Batman in the trumpets in the beginning. It's very reminiscent of it.
I was thinking 89 Batman, so yeah.
Yeah, it does remind me of him a little bit.
Because when I watched the Snyder Cut and I heard his scene, I was like, it sounds reminiscent to the 89 Batman.
Right, where Danny Elfman, he just uses it. I'm like, no, that's Keaton's Batman. Let Ben have his own theme. What the fuck?
Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
He's
like,
fucking great.
And I love Elfman. All three of us, we all love Elfman. He's amazing, but I feel like no, you just brought him in here because you wanted nostalgia instead of trying to establish their own continuity of these Batman or these actors. So let's just get the guy who did 89 Batman and just use the same theme. It's kind of lazy.
Like Elfman, look, I love you, man, but make Affleck his own theme instead of just giving us the 89 Batman theme. Like that was disappointing.
Right, that's lazy. It's a ripoff. And then most of the music he chose, it didn't match. Like if you try to take the music that we saw in Justice League and put it in this, it would be so off kiltered.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm like, sorry, Elfman. No. I mean, I'm glad that you're on Doctor Strange. That you fit, but not this.
No. Definitely not.
So when we see...
Oh, shit, he did do the music for that, didn't he? Huh. Yeah. I didn't even know that. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's another reason to be excited for Doctor Strange.
Oh, he's fucking great. I can't wait to see him on Doctor Strange. He's fucking awesome. He made the Spider-Man theme.
Yeah. Yep. So, where were we at? Oh, yeah. So we get the guitar theme that has lived in my head rent-free all year. When they're all dropping out of the machine like badasses. I'm like, y'all keep playing this. I'm gonna go and battle my damn self. This shit got me hyped.
Yeah, my cock was already hard, but now my veins are popping out.
Now I'm like, I'm about to bust.
Exactly.
Then, you know, what happened? Oh, yeah. Instead of the cringy ass Marvel scene, you know, we have families. Why does everyone keep telling me that? No, in this, he just says, then that means you have weaknesses. Like, I'll die before I tell you. You'll die if you don't, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what part are we at?
We're still in the tunnel scene where the heroes find Steppenwolf interrogating the hostages
Oh,
that he
fuck.
took from Star Labs.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Now we're finally in the middle of the film. This is where
We're in the
actually
middle?
at the 2 hour
Oh,
mark.
fuck.
Yeah, this is where we finally get to the 2 hour mark in the film.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, and I was when we were just on the part of
I'm fucking woozy right now. I'm
when we
fucking...
just got to the part of Aquaman, I kept thinking, I wonder if he knows. We haven't even gotten halfway through. We haven't even gotten to the part of Superman coming back. He's not gonna make it.
Okay, let's
We're gonna
get...
hear that thump soon.
Oh, fuck.
We
Okay,
have
let's
to
keep
make- we have
going.
to make
I had my mom come and get the bottle. It's just like, come in here. I think I'm good.
She's like, no, baby. After this, all you need is some wine coolers. That's about it.
I got fucking water, man. I got fucking water. Oh,
Like, if you wanted to
Jesus.
do something smooth, you should have done like a screwdriver. That's just literally, it's just pineapple juice or orange juice and vodka.
Okay, keep going. I'm fucking. Oh, Jesus. It's woozy. I'm fucking woozy right now.
Probably got to do part 2 because Britton.
Oh, fuck.
We might have to because I can tell I can feel the thump coming.
we might have to make a part 2.
It's just Britton's goofiness. I can hear it in the background.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
I can feel the sway in the chair from the phone.
Oh, even when I'm like trying to like position myself, I'm just. Oh, Jesus.
You go hit. Look, just before you hit, just yell timber so I know. Timber.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, let's get through this. Let's get through this.
So yeah, he gets to the part where the hostages are there, and he gets to the point where he grabs Victor's dad, Silas, and he says, you know, tell me what you know. He's like, I'll die before I tell you. Like, you'll die if you don't tell me. Obviously, Victor's like, fuck that. And he does a white noise cannon blast straight to Steppenwolf and captures him. And I like this. In this version, Cyborg actually has like extra arms that comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty awesome.
I was upset that they didn't use that in the first one because like, I think they promoted that there were tours or whatever, and he had extra limbs. But when I didn't see it in the film, I was upset. So when I saw it in this, I was like, all right, cool. Then, you know, Steppenwolf is getting ready to kill him, but Wonder Woman swoops in and, like, literally stabs one parademon in the heart and then, like, takes her blade out. It's almost in a way like she basically just fucked him in the chest. She penetrated him. Steppenwolf is looking at his axe. She's looking at the axe, and you're like, who's gonna draw first shot? As he grabs the axe, she spears his ass right through the wall, and of course the Wonder Woman theme slaps hard as fuck while she's like being her heroics, and she pulls out her sword, her shield. Chaos ensues. Batman jumps into the fray, and only giving us just a glimpse of the awesome fight choreography that he had in BVS. I wish he had more scenes where he got to actually like fight.
Yeah, like physically fight instead of like, you know, using like the Batmobile or the fray.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, all that stuff was cool, but it's like, after seeing what we saw in BVS, I want to see more of that. I need to see a part 2 of him fucking up people for 2 minutes.
Yes, after seeing like what he did in BBS, I mean, the warehouse scene, like, wish we would have gotten more of that. Even though the stuff he did in the Snyder Cut was cool. Don't get me wrong.
And in Flash, we get to see that, not just with one Batman, we get to see it with two. Because the same fight team that did that in BVS, they're part of the Flash.
Oh.
And the same visual effects team that did Flash's stuff in the Snyder Cut, they're in the Flash too. So here's hoping that they gave Ben Affleck some really cool shit to do, which I'm pretty sure they did.
Oh, yeah.
We get to
I have no idea.
So we get to the part where he disarms one of the parademons. Flash.
Wait, we're there already?
Huh?
Wait, we're at the end already?
No, not yet. We're still in the tunnel.
What the fuck? I'm so fucking lost right now.
My God.
Oh, Jesus. I'm tipsy
we
as
get to
fuck
the part
right now.
where, Flash does the scene that was cut out of that was in the trailer that we never saw in Justice League.
Oh.
Where he super speeds around the parademon and then just pushes his ass into a wall.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I was like, yes, finally you're putting his speed back in there because that's what I wanted to see. And then...
Yeah, not that
we
other
eventually-
scene where we put in, where he's like, I just push people and run away. Shit.
Yeah. I was like, my dude, no. That was almost as bad as the way that they had the guy from, what's the name of it? The show with, oh God, I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't want this being 5 hours. I'm just fucking saying.
Mindhunter. That's what I was trying to say. Mindhunter. The guy that's in Mindhunter that plays the criminal in Justice League on the rooftop. It's not that at all. It's a way better scene than that, and the Flash part. I just push people away. So we get to the part where Steppenwolf is fighting. The Nightcrawler comes into play, which is further establishing how this version of Batman has much better toys than probably any Batman we've seen before.
Yep.
By this point, we've seen the Flying Fox, we've seen the Batmobile, we've seen the Flying Spider, we saw his Batplane, or the Batwing in BVS. So this version of Batman's coming with a whole artillery. And basically, it's just it's a walking spider, pretty much on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he fucking just... Whoop.
And then...
Aquaman comes saves fucking day. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, Aquaman comes in after they didn't put that corny ass line of "I didn't bring a sword."
Oh God!
It's just a much better of my turn. He saves Wonder Woman. Flash does this incredible slow motion, no drink for Britain, slow motion scene where he.
Hoping he would have a drink.
No, Jacob, you try to kill this man. He's had enough.
I want to hear that thumb soon.
I'm just talking about the scene. We might have to just say, look, folks, we're going to do a part 2 next week or something, because Britton is literally about to fall out his chair.
Oh my God, motherfucker. I'm about to be like, dude, this shit's about 3 hours. We might have to finish it next week. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Jesus. Hear it in his
Jesus.
voice. He's just out of it.
Oh, Jesus. I need to piss. I need to, like, go to the bathroom. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I wouldn't hit this hard so quickly.
This is my favorite episode so far.
I'm glad. I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die yet.
So yeah, as you said, Aquaman comes in because Steppenwolf got away after Wonder Woman blasted his ass, and Victor has a moment with his father. It was a good moment, but then Aquaman comes in because Cyborg had to connect himself to the Nightcrawler to get it operational because it fell off. And he shoots a missile at Steppenwolf, who catches it and then just throws it into the wall. And because they're underneath Gotham City Harbor, of course the town starts flooding after they've already gotten the hostages out. And Aquaman makes this badass, dramatic entrance of being in the water. That he super speed swims through it and stops the water. Now, we saw that scene in Justice League, but this one, I don't know, it just hits harder. It hits better. Probably because the music that's in this that wasn't in the last one hits.
Yes.
So it's like Aquaman's in his full getup, and they had a better explanation on how he got his armor, which was because of Volko, played by Willem Dafoe earlier, that showed like, hey, I have your suit in case you need it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, all right, cool. It only takes 30 seconds to establish that. So when Aquaman tries to, he takes away a good chunk of the water away, but it's obviously not enough because I still have to fight against the tunnel flooding and jumping onto the Nightcrawler to get away. So Diana's on there, Barry's on there, Bruce is on there. Cyborg realizes that, wait, the third mother box. That's when he jets and goes to, go get it, and we find out the aftermath when everything's cool, everyone's saved, and Gordon is talking to Batman, saying like, as usual, property damage this, property damage that. Good to see you playing well with others again, which they didn't say the again part in the old version. And I like this because it's establishing that there was a Robin at one point. Which it's one word, but it's still, that one word made a big difference because you're putting back the continuity that was supposed to be there.
Yeah, that Whedon didn't explore, but Snyder in the Snyder Cut did. In this
Right.
Yep, he did. Ugh. He did.
And Snyder actually likes reminding you, this is a Batman that's been around for a minute.
Yeah, he's been around for like 20 years. It's nuts. He's like Frank Miller's Batman.
Exactly like it. At least he's better at that. And
He
not
just takes the guns from those aliens, just fucking murdering them. Like it's nothing.
No, can you imagine if he was the Frank Miller, are you retarded Batman? Are you dense? Are you retarded?
I'm the goddamn Batman, yeah. Oh, Jesus
Christ.
Well, it's clearly inspired by that. The suit looks very, very similar.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Straight up Dark Knight Returns version of Batman.
Oh, he's...
much better.
He just goes like, but you're still scared, aren't you, punk? Like Dirty Harry. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. Like, this is his butthole. It's an operating table, and I'm the surgeon.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, it's a masterpiece, I think.
Jacob, you hear what I hear, right?
Yeah. I'm laughing at Brit.
It's like when you see like a toddler have a drink and they just start singing random shit. And you're like, any minute he gonna fall out.
Yeah, it's Brit. He's just like, that scene is the masterpiece. It just laughs uncontrollably. Versus out laughing out of nowhere.
But the Batman murders everybody in this movie. He just fucking kills people. He kills aliens, so it's not as bad. So.
Yeah, I mean, his fucking. At least this Batman's not being a pussy about it and not trying to have a bullshit excuse. I don't have to save you, but I won't kill you. Like, it's the same shit, Batman.
He just grabs like the alien rifle and just starts fucking going like pew pew pew, killing everybody. It's brutal.
I'm like, bruh.
I don't know if we're even there yet, but I'm just trying to add my piece.
We're gonna hear the thumbs.
No, I think we might legit have to do a part 2 because we're losing you.
I think so, yeah. I'm almost gone.
Jacob is getting his wish on making you shit-faced before we even make it halfway through the damn video.
There's one person we can thank for this. It's Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder got Britton drunk.
No, part 2.
This is the first time I've been drunk ever.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2. Britton is out of it.
Oh, gee, I'm never doing this again, just so you know. This is not a fun experience.
Not for you, it's not. It's fun for us.
I'm the one hysterically. My face is red right now because of Brit.
He's about to piss himself. That's how hard he's laughing right now.
Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
I'm having another water.
My
Oh,
cock's
it's good.
already hard. I'm already having an orgasm, but now I'm pissing my pants because of Britton's drunk.
You got way too many genitalia issues going on over there.
Oh,
It's a party. It's a party in your pants at this point, bro.
Yeah. But
we,
no way
we
calling
might
it a
we
party
might we
like
might need to
this
do a
episode.
part 2 because I'm fucked up right now.
This is my favorite episode by far.
Well, in part 1, the drunk edition, and part 2, sober edition.
It's a sober edition. I love it.
You have to actually name that, Brit. Drunk edition, part 1. Part 2.
Oh man, I will say though, I've learned my lesson. I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, I bet you won't.
Oh my god. Oh, I hope I don't get a hangover tomorrow. I'm just fucking
Oh, you will.
Oh
you
god.
You definitely will.
Trust me, Britt, you will. And then you'll call to God. You're like, why, God? Why? Never again.
Exactly.
Vomit, vomit, vomit. God, I'm dying.
Oh dear lord. The water's very. I have water, man. I think we might have to do a
This is
part 2
amazing.
because I'm fucking. I'm fucking gone, dude. I'm fucking gone.
I'm so glad I chose this. I'm so glad I chose the Snyder Cut for this week. 'Cause
Oh,
this was
Jesus.
amazing.
Okay, we might have to stop it here because I'm fucking off the rails right now. I'm so sorry, guys. We might have to split this. Oh my god.
But I tell you what, I know this. I will never let you live this down.
Oh, I hope not, buddy.
Come on, hey, let's do that thing again. Like, no, so you can be fucked up and make it only an hour ahead. No, I'm cool.
Oh
I'm not
god.
trying to hear you fully. We will hear a thump. Like, so yeah, we're gonna talk about this movie and
Oh.
Part 2 next week, people.
passed out, pissing on yourself in a puddle. You waking up like, what the hell happened?
Oh, I'm still cognizant. I'm just fucking woozy right now, but we might have to do part 2. I'm fucking...
No, not have to. We are.
Oh yeah, we are. You're out of it.
This is
You are out of it.
You get the sober.
Oh fuck. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm like, we go to the west right now.
Okay, we're gonna have to do part 2. I hope Carlton's up for it because I'm fucked up right now.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely back for part 2. So I can rub it in your face. So last week we tried to do this, but Britton was off his ass. Jacob was laughing like a hyena because he was enjoying himself. Jacob was a bad influence.
I think this is the
Not
first
ashamed of
time.
it.
Hashtag Jacob ain't shit. Hashtag shit face Britton.
Okay, guys.
Hashtag
I've been
hashtag
Britton.
black guy just laughing.
I've been Britton,
And I've been Jacob.
and this is fucking Brit and Jake go to the movies, and Brit is fucking drunk off his ass, at least to his standards. I'm fuck. That's all I can say.